Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it this one on ITV. We're taking a look at EDO 2024, the quest for a violent-free election. That's what we're talking about. And I have Honorable Destiny and Abalene with me in the studio. I also have Festus and of course Bishop Austin Igbasa. Bishop, please take it easy because today is your birthday. Don't forget that. Please let's watch our emotions. By the way, happy birthday, Bishop, because today is your birthday. Yes. All right, now
Bishop, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you,
okay, now let's pick up from where Festus left off. Okay, he talked about the letter written by one of the PDP stalwarts, from the IGP, that you picking on some of their own political party members is not that cool. He gave his reasons. Now the question now is, if the allegation is true, why are these party members targeted? I don't think it's going to hit up the polity in the forthcoming election, thereby constituting security breach. Take it up from there, Bishop.
Yes, I think when something happens, we must look at the immediate cause and the remote cause. When my honorable was talking just now, he mentioned that this government, there is nothing, they are calm and all that is good. But I want to also let us look at, the governor was standing with Senator Orohide when Orohide was referendum in the airport. I want us to take our mind back. Commissioner of Police then was standing in the airport where Orohide was beaten. You remember Orohide moved for the impeachment of Buhari at that time. And when he came to the airport, he and the governor was talking and was saying, you want to impeach my president? They are just joking. Before you know, the area boys, everybody descended on the sitting senator. Eventually, it was also those people that also softened their platform when the governor needed a platform to run again for his second term. You see, on earth, there are people you might not support today that you might need them tomorrow. The governor at that place that they're supposed to defend a sitting senator representing Edo South. He was beaten, his cap removed. Commissioner of Police then was standing there at the airport. Everywhere was packed full. Also, there was a time that trucks were put in the front of. I'm not speaking for Oshomole. I'm just trying to build up on decision, actions that truck were put in the front of his house for him not to be able to enter. I'm just trying to build up decisions that have been taken in the time past that can activate. So if you said this man, when you do something once, they say it's accident. When you do it second time, say coincidence. When you do it the third time, everybody will know that it's none of the first or the second. Now, these are things that are done that our younger children are looking at it. I remember Oshomole during his time, something happened, maybe one of his aides was murdered. He said he would make the state ungovernable when he was a governor. He said it, and I watch those statements, because when you occupy some position, there are statements you cannot make by the virtue of your position. Because I wonder then that if you say make the state ungovernable and you are the state governor, then what happened? Where will you now be a governor? When the place you want to govern is already on fire. Now, and like I said on radio yesterday, that many of our politicians are not cultured on what to say. You see, politics is the only place there is no training school for somebody who is going to be a would-be House of Assembly member, would-be chairman of local government, would-be governor, would-be president. That these are things you cannot say by the virtue of your position. These statements, inflammatory statement, cannot be said of a man who is the landlord of the house. When the man that owns the house said he's going to pull his house down, not Ministry of Works, not that government mark your house. Then you now ask the man, okay, where are you going to live when you set your house on fire? So a lot of politicians are not cultured on what are the statements that befit your office. You remember Ambassador also said this election is do or die. As a president at that time, that statement is an uncultured statement for somebody of that status. So we must educate our political leaders. Like I said, all these people I mentioned, by the grace of God, the Edo State politics, even right from the time of Nadeko, we are all older than all these people have mentioned. As far as politics is concerned, they are older in the capacity of their business, but as far as politics in Nigeria and that of the Edo State, all these people I mentioned, most of them, we brought them into power because we felt there was a big man that time who does not allow people to function well. If we bring these people that are versatile, they will be able to put the dividend of democracy on the table for the masses. But at the end of the day, it is not what we think that we saw. Now, those statements are volatile statements. Do you know that even Rwanda, what brought problem to Rwanda was just a statement of a broadcaster? The power of words. The Bible said the words that I speak to you, they are spirit and life. He said the power of death and life is in the power of the tongue. And that is why leaders must always watch their tongue. Even as we are, with what you said, with respect to what you have said, when something happens, we must look at the remote cause, immediate cause. Who are the people involved? But I believe that the police will not do a one-sided investigation to whatever is happening. When somebody is alleged and you know that you are innocent, it is so open that there are channels you can take and also stop the action of a policeman. As far as a matter gets to court, police have no power. No matter the influence of the police over the matter, as soon as a matter is pushed into the court, the power of police stops as far as the matter enters into the court. All of us know that there are channels with which you can vent if somebody maltreated you or you are being wrongly alleged to have done something.
Okay.
Look at it now. That crisis makes us to lose an inspector. Do you know what to have an inspector of police going through all the rank and file and courses? Now, husband of a woman. Some children have lost their parent. That may also make those children to become something else that will create security threat to our nation. Right. That is why I'm saying that if any party sees that the investigation is going one side, there are other channels that can be taken. But I think that if the federal government want to take side, as far as the matter is concerned, that is to compound the fragile situation we have at hand.
Okay.
I tell you some of the action. Okay, the actions of the action going on between the court case with Oba Obini, that one is also an action that can trigger security. I'm just talking about actions and reaction, because there are actions you can take that you check the timing, that the timing of this action might not be good for the security of the land.
I'll come back to you, Bishop. Well, now over now to you. Yeah, beginning from the letter, accusing, alleging that it's like these persons are taking side by targeting our members. Are your members being targeted?
Seriously. You see,
by who and what the reason behind it?
By the APC. I've seen. I can quote names. A certain.
No, you don't.
I won't do that here.
All right.
A certain APC member who happens to be one of the leaders of their notice went to my local government of that Southwest, met with one of my leaders. That hey, we know that you guys will win. That's why we win. But we are going to use federal minds. That Tinubu will not allow it to happen. That Tinubu will take back this thing.
These are just allegations.
It's not an allegation. It was a record. I have the record. I have the record. You see, when there are some persons penciled down. There are some persons penciled down that XYZ will be arrested for this exercise. And Bishop Ibasa,
calm down.
To be very sincere, I'm a little bit not comfortable with him, because his elucidation or analysis is kind of skewed.
No. That is why you are here to create the balance.
Because from the way he's speaking, from the way he's speaking, it's like he has already aligned with one political party. I'm not going to say. I'm coming, sir.
Okay.
You have made XYZ that governor said this, governor said that. It was before, very recently. You quoted Obasanjo, but you refused to quote that of Tinubu. You refused to quote that of Tinubu, who said that election is not served a la carte. You must grab it, you must grab it, you must run with it. And where are we today as a nation? That's exactly what has crisscrossed the length and breadth of this country. So for me, as a citizen, it is only a foolish child that will see his father being molested and be asking that somebody molested. What is your friend of my father? Over my dead body, I will not allow that. If I'm a governor tomorrow, I will do the same. So see my father being molested.
Calm down.
I'm coming, sir. The point I'm saying is this.
Destiny,
the point I'm saying is
your emotions.
The point I'm saying is this. Yes, I'll definitely do that.
All right.
You see, what I'm saying is this. It's only a foolish child that will see his mother or his father. Bishop Igbasa can attest to that. Seeing his father or mother being molested, even my friend can attest. I will say, what is your friend of my father? When I know that I have the muzzle, I have the capacity to dismantle that person, I won't ask such a foolish question. You see, what has happened?
You're beginning to make comments right now.
What has happened? What has happened? Go, even in my own community, some of our members were being molested, but they said with the help of the rep member, being molested.
These are allegations.
I said, he said one of the left hand was Bukun. It's in my phone. You see, what are we saying? And you're not saying, you see, there's a causation and effect. That's exactly what you are saying. It's not as if Edo State government or the people of PDP, you know that we are the weaker vessel here. Let us be very sincere. We are the weaker vessel. Just it's likened to a man, a husband, and a wife. The federal might is the husband. Edo State is the wife. So for us, we are using this opportunity, calling on everybody to look at us, to sympathize with us, to partner with us, because we cannot afford to mortgage this state.
All right.
We cannot afford.
All right.
You see, the issue is this. As I speak, there are still some of our members that are in Abuja. As we speak very just now. Even a councillor was arrested. He was driving, he was arrested. A councillor. From he's aware. You see, for us, with due respect to the bishop, to come here, I think he's just being economical with the facts.
Okay, hold on. I'll come back to you. But calm down, Destiny, calm down. Because you're like, trying to almost make this comment. I'll be like, come on, this guy's inciting one or two things.
No, I'm not exciting. I'm trying to draw the analogy.
First,
the link. There's always a link.
First, he mentioned your party. That you guys are the ones troubling them.
I know where it's coming from.
And that might lead to violence.
Even because of my talking, he said the councillor.
Quincy.
Yes.
Let me start from Olumanti's letter. Olumanti said, my people are being arrested. At the end of the day, he mentioned just one councillor from Edo Central. Then he said, others are being targeted. And he mentioned another one. You see, the use of English is very simple. Others, and you are mentioning one. That's to say he doesn't even know what he's doing. Now, in the same instance, I'm coming. I read the letter. I have the letter on my phone. In the same Edo Central is talking about, a gangster was arrested with 2 cut-to-size guns, and he mentioned a chairman. I don't want to mention the name on here. That he was the one that gave him the gun.
From PDP?
From PDP, yes. Okay. A sitting local government chairman from Edo Central.
Allegation, though.
This one is what I watched. When you say allegation, that is to say, the person saying it does not even know what he's saying. The gangster, the hoodlum said, a certain local government chairman, he mentioned the name, I don't want to mention the name here, gave me this cut to side. Gone. Now, what I'm trying to, the point is this. If I was being mentioned, and now I'm being arrested, or a friend of mine is being mentioned, they know there is a close part to me.
The guys on
I'm
the council.
coming,
You are
I'm coming,
interjecting,
I'm coming.
you react. Just calm down, you react. Just take note, you react.
When it comes to violence, let me say this, and it should be very clear. All parties have element of being violent. All. It's like you coming to fight me in my house, or me going to fight in your house. We have all powers to fight. We all have that element of being violent, but how you use it matters. Like when I talk about the deputy governor coming to town, you said he came with hoodlums. Then the governor resisted him with hoodlums. They becomes too wrong, and they can never be right. I said there is no way Shaibu would have stood down and went to the government house to sit down and say, I'm the deputy governor, let me sit down with Obaseki in the office. No. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. You are writing a fizzle letter that have no heading, letter that contains nothing. Your people have been arrested, just one. Others are being targeted, just one. I was waiting for him to give a list of 10, 20 persons that have been arrested.
But this is a point in Abuja right now. They've not released.
The letter I saw, the one I read, mentioned just one person from Esan Center. I don't know Edo Center. There another person being targeted. My point is very simple. Let us be very factual what we are doing, what we are saying. The reason why a lot is happening in this society is because fathers are no longer fathers. We speak a lot of lies. We come with derogatory messages and utterances, and we expect the younger generation to come up with it. No. A number one citizen, the chief organ of the state, coming to say the country will burn.
But he gave his reasons.
I'm coming.
There is no, this is not taken care of, this what will happen.
Listen.
Because you are picking on one part.
Okay, now, Wincy.
What led to that comment?
Wincy.
All right.
Wincy. You are telling me the man gave reasons, and I am telling you as an elder
He said,
statesman,
if this are not done,
Wincy,
the country will.
Wincy, I'm coming.
All right.
I'm coming. As a governor, if you have issues in your state, for you to come out to make such a statement, you go and meet the number one citizen of the country.
All right.
You have a federal executive meeting to attend. He says something, or no, Papa says something, that when somebody is being arrested and you want to get the person released, you go to court. There are rudiments, there are principles, there are roads you must follow to get some things. If you can come and make statement that if these and these things are not being done,
hold on.
I'm coming.
Are you now saying that your party is not responsible for that?
Not at all. The All Progressive Congress that I know are peace-loving people. That is why we have senators from the Edo North, Edo Central, and we have rep members. The people love them, and that's why they are voting for them.
Okay, I will come back to you.
They are peace-loving people.
All right, calm down.
My party is a peace.
Calm down.
Now, listen, when I do hear an APC man fighting an APC man, like what we have in PDP, that the legacy party have to leave them, the legacy PDP. It was not in PDP that we have about 4 houses.
As you speak now, you have to have integrity group. Integrity group in
Okay,
APC.
okay.
You are saying it, I don't know if you have the integrity group.
You just be economical with it
I will come back to you. Bishop, because this is getting more and more interesting. People like saying that if these things are not handled properly, people may be afraid to come out to vote. The quest for a violent-free election. People have been picked up according to reports, allegations. Of course, he attested to it, but he said that it was a hoodlum that was picked because a gun was found with him.
Some persons were
and
picked,
he mentioned the name of.
Some persons
hold on.
Okay,
and he mentioned the name of a 7th chairman. We wouldn't want to go into that, but we know that the chairman belongs to a particular political party. Now, a candidate, not from the APC or PDP, went to campaign. I think it should be in the Onwa region. I don't know. And he was molested. And he said he has sent a message to the person that sent those molesters that they too, they have the capacity to unleash mayhem if push come to shove. Do you think that comment is healthy? Over to you, Bishop.
That comment is not healthy. And one of the important things is that politicians, if you want to rule over the people, and you have to kill to rule, I want the electorate to listen to me. If somebody wants to rule over you and he has to kill to rule, that person is not fit to be your leader. And for you to vote for anybody, you must peruse what they say from their mouth. If somebody said he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and you know that it will affect the masses. Democracy is about the people. The people. The people, they were mentioned 3 times in the definition of democracy. Of the people, by the people, for the people. Any decision taken that is anti-people, any statement made that is anti-people, makes you to know that such party or individual are not people you can follow. You can't cast your vote for somebody who the statement is anti-people. Now, we must also remember that all of us in Edo State were the same family. That this issue of party, we will always come back together. And when we are talking about, look at ideologies of the party, people move from one party now. Politicians see party, political party as a vehicle. That if it is Korope, I enter. Or it is Kekenapep, I enter. I'm going to Unibe. That Unibe is the government house. So they want to leave from here to government house. He said, if I didn't see Tuke, if Tuke didn't contain me, I will enter Kekenapep. So politicians in Nigeria see the party as a vehicle. That where I'm going, I don't even need the people to applaud me. I don't want to do anything for them, but for me to just get to Unibe. So any means I can use to enter. That's why you see that cross-carpeting is not a prayer request. It's an easy thing. It is just something that you see somebody sleep this afternoon. By the time you wake up in the evening, you say, oh, the prodigal son have returned back to his father's house. They are not Christian, yet they use prodigal son as a quote when they want to return to their party where they have pulled the roof down before. But we should not allow people to bamboozle us now. And what I think is that, you see, we must look at it that those statements are statements that are inciting, like I said just now. The genocide in Rwanda is just a statement, the power of statement, the power of words. And the man who is molested today, that want to molest other people, or those who are sending to molest other people, you see at the end of the day, these politicians come back to become friends. Right. Do you know the man who stood in to fight for Onyilola? During the court, the senior lawyer that stood, and something was done that affected his career, that he was dismissed from MBA. At the end of the day, Onyilola and Aragbeshola, they crossed back to the same party. The lawyer who stood in now lost his own career. And the two people became friends. They came to reconcile and they entered the same party. So I think wisdom is needed. Now, those who are molesting, those statements, that's why I said, people that want to lead us, and they are not, the Bible says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Though the words of a man, the words of leaders should be words that accommodate everybody. And you see from time to time, I always refer to former Governor Lucky Igbeneghu. Not because this station belonged to his father, but I recollect that there was a group we had then, and we invited Dr. Iyayi, Professor Iyayi of blessed memory. He was a doctor then, and he came to deliver a lecture in Oba Akezua Cultural Center. We were all there. Dr. Iyayi analyzed the government of Chief Lucky Igbeneghu. All of us that invited the man, everybody was jittering. That we didn't know this man would go this far. The governor was seated. The man was heaping insult. He was speaking hard words. He was analyzing the ugly side of the government of the man. Hey, everybody, we are all tensed up. But when Governor Lucky stood up, we don't even believe that he will wait for the man to finish delivering the lecture. Because it was so hard. It was like the statement of Stevie. And the man sat down. Do you know the respect I have for Chief Lucky Igbeneghu rose to the sky that day? When he stood up, he said, our highly respected Dr. Iyayi, an academia, a man who we respect so much, he said, while you were talking, I've spoken to my private secretary to note down those things you mentioned about our government. He said, your constructive criticism are what put us on our toe to be able to do more for the people.
So how many governors can do that today?
That's what I'm saying. I said we that invited the man, we are already saying maybe they will go arrest our grandmother in the village or DSS will be running up and down. The governor sat down and listened to a man insulting him. He pinned all kinds of insult and he called it constructive criticism. He said, sir, all your points are noted, and I can assure you that in 6 months, if I've not gone 100% on what you have said, I would have gone 70%. He hugged the man and took picture. You see BP of men coming down by that action. We want such leaders. Chief Lucky Igbeneghu said something I will never forget. He said, I don't attack my enemy, I win them over. Wow. That is why during his time, you don't see incessant arrest anywhere. That is why during his time, people call him all kind of name, and he didn't say anybody to be arrested. He did not demolish anybody's house. And I think that is a culture of it, because I always tell people in power that there's a picture behind you, your own picture, that one day another picture of another person will be in your front. All now, right. What will you now give to people? What are you going to tell people? What I said is, my own conclusion is that anybody that makes such statement should be arrested.
All right, I'll go back to you, Bishop. Now he mentioned something, because I'm coming to your party right now. Well, some of the opinion that all this is started because of the high-handedness of a political party, that sometimes it's alleged that when you speak against your party, houses are targeted. jobs are targeted, and that may just brew violence. What's your reaction to this? And there was a case also in ASAL. Your party was accused of chasing away all political party that came to campaign. Happened in Onwa, and of course ASAL, some other parts
Listen,
of the state. Please react to that.
Let me, quickly, appreciate ITV for this opportunity. Bishop raised a very fundamental issue that governor was at the airport, even the commissioner of police was at the airport, and the dead senator, quote unquote, Orogide, when he was being molested, when they removed his cap from his head. At that point, when you have the man at the end of the security, that's the commissioner of police, what would you expect from a governor to do? To go on a physical combat with those.
The governor, chief security officer of the state.
I'm coming, sir. You have the commissioner of police there. It is the duty.
But who's the number one man?
You see, hold on. If for instance, the commissioner of police at that point in time, I was one time a local government. It is the duty of the commissioner of, say, my DPO that time, to act. Knowing well. The primary aim of the police, of the Nigerian police, is law and order. It's law and order. It's not the duty of the army for law and order. No. It is when it's getting out of hand that you not drag the army in. Ordinarily, it is to preside or protect our territorial integrity. So for us, for me, I beg to differ a little from Bishop. You see, you raised another issue again. You see, it's across board. You see, there are some very, spirited. Let me use it that way. Let me borrow from the religious angle. Followers. I don't want to use the other word. Spirited. Even there are times a pastor will be there. You see some other spirited member. They want to do more than the pastor. It does happen. It is our ability to manage them. Even in the churches, these persons we are talking about, they sit there in the front row in their various churches. What are the churches doing? What are they doing? We are from homes. We are from homes. What are they doing? Church, quote unquote, is supposed to be a home of morality, of comportment, where you go, you put some senses at the end. But you see, today, what you have is not prosperity. They don't care where you can get it from different angle. You know what I mean? They are not bothered. I'm happy that it's here.
Now back to the topic. Back to the topic right now.
When our Lord Jesus Christ met some persons, trading in his father's house, he said, "Don't turn my father's house into a den of thieves." He protested. He turned their table upside down. How many of our churches or pastors or bishops can do that today and say, "Okay, you are not representing us well. Get out of this church," or to say or to reprimand them or advise them? None. You see, today is Sunday. I just pray that the Lord forgive many of us. You see, the issue is this. We must try to be very careful. Yes, there are no perfect system anywhere in the world. You have raised a very fundamental issue that when some persons, if it to be you use the word just now, that there is a constructive criticism, not a situation where you will tell a man, that's why you don't have a wife at home. That's why you are unable to have children.
That is below the belt.
That is below the belt.
That's below the belt.
We must be very frank.
That is below the belt.
You see, let's look at, with due respect, the APC government in the central. The non-governmental organizations that help them to power, where are the civil society today? Proud to their bishop, Basa can bear me witness. They crumbled that sector. They make sure that they are not in existence. They are not in existence. You see here NGOs doing projects, doing programs, left, right, center. Bishop, am I lying?
No, absolutely.
They help them come to power. They say, okay, these people, they are very potent power when it comes to politics. We must do everything to reduce their power. And today, the civil society or the NGO, they are near in existence in this country.
That's number one fraud in Nigeria.
See, for us, we must go back to the drawing board. When the head is bad, the whole body is completely useless.
All right. Well, let's come to the action, because you've cleared apart that some of our zealous party members can do it their own way, not because the government, sent them to do it.
It's the gospel truth.
Listen, I'm not interpreting. What I mean is that, that there was a time in our church when we started somewhere. There's a tough, terrible man in that street. The man came. We were doing construction work. And in the course of that, the man smite me. The church members who were inside the foundation, they carried 2 by 2.
Okay.
I told them, hands down. This man is an elderly man living.
Bishop.
When the man returned back to his house, people went to him and said, you touch that man, tomorrow you will not be alive. So the man sent 6 elderly people. They came to meet me in the office in the church and apologized to me. I said, I've forgiven you. He said, they told me who you are. What can happen to me? I told the church people to hands down. The job of the governor is to say, my children, hands down. It's not the job of the CP. The job, the essence of being a governor is for security of the people. It's your job. Hands down, I am here. I'm the father of the state. Don't touch.
To the CP to arrest
No,
them.
even tell the children. They respect him. They say, hands down, bring down your hand. I am here, I'm the father of the state. Don't touch this man. This man is an authority representing Edo South. Bring down your hand. That is the job.
All right.
That is the job.
You've made your point.
What I'm saying
Bishop,
is that,
you made your point, yes.
that is just to say, I told them hands down.
Hands
People
down.
say, how can this man touch man of God? I said, leave him.
Hands down. Okay.
Hands down. That's
Okay.
my job, to be a peacemaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, to call it a wrap on this segment, let's take a look at the D-Day, the election. Some are saying that vigilantes should be also involved in making sure that law and order is obeyed. That is because, according to reports, so some claims they did so well to make sure that Edo State is safe. Festus, what do you feel about that? Involving vigilantes and making sure that at least, that is Edo Security Electoral, sorry, that's the name they go by right now, all right, that they should be involved in ensuring that peace and order, prevail in course of the election.
Mr. Wincy, I guess I want to thank the new CP because when he came, we were reading a lot of news that they've disbanded Edo State Network, and I was just laughing because I know that will not be possible. Now, maybe after the election, the vote go to the other side. Now, for a national election, the activities are not needed.
Not needed?
No, not at all. Just like you saw what happened in the airport that day. They're going to play one-side role. It's going to be on a one side. That's the reason. That's the same reason why, when it comes to state policing, a lot of persons are still having their reservation about it. Now, if it comes to the 21st September election, we are not going to see them anywhere near the pool. The essence of establishing the network, the Edo State Security Network, is not for them to come to the election ground. It's for them to bring safety to our community. That's why they have different community offices. So they have no relationship with election. On a normal note, it's just like bringing soldier to an election. On a normal note, soldiers don't have anything to do on an election ground. They can be on standby. That's the soldier I'm talking about. That is in the case of necessity, like what he said, when there is a higher level of crime, you now can let the military come in. We are not supposed to go to an election ground with arms. You're not supposed to go there with your arms. As a police, you go with your bat. You put on your uniform. If there is any issue, you call for rescue, they come and remove the person. So we don't need, it's an election, it's a federal election. We don't need vigilante clothes at all. Because we know a lot of them are going to be biased. If my government is in power, I'll tell you the same thing. If Obama will win on the 21st of September and he's going to have his own vigilante that day, the next election, they are not supposed to be there if he is the governor because they are going to work for him. He's the one that, who is paying them, who is in charge of their welfare is the governor. Who is the number one vigilante man in the state, Mr. Olukonga. He's a personal person to the governor. So there is no way his boys will be there and he will work against the governor. So if APC becomes the if APC government comes to power and an election is coming, I will still stay here and say the vigilante shouldn't go there. Because all we need is free and fair election. And let me go to what he said before that. His friend or his brother, those that reside in Ovia North, he said they are saying federal might. When I hear federal might, I just chuckle. The reason why I keep laughing when people say federal might, before you will ring an election, let me tell you something that happened. There must be a very little margin. If we're having a margin of 10, 20, 10,000, that's when you ring an election. But when we're having a margin of 100, 200, in a state election, where you are not, where you are expecting within the range of 500 to 600 votes, and a party is leading with 100 votes, you are going to ring, it's not going to be possible. So with the APC, we are confident on winning. We are confident about 300 margin in winning. So who is waiting on federal mind?
Your own comment, though.
Nobody is waiting on federal mind.
Your own comment. Bishop, don't react.
Wait, you are talking about Ovia. The two Ovia has been sealed already.
Are you the electorate?
The deputy governor is from Ovia.
Are you the electorate in Ovia?
Which deputy governor?
The incoming deputy governor is from Ovia.
Hold on.
The princess and the queen of Ovia just joined.
Thank you.
So who is afraid?
Well, thank you, Festus.
PDP, they are afraid of Ovia already.
Please react to it. Bishop, you have the last line of this discussion. Okay, I know you need to be in the church right now. One or two.
Yeah, we see. You see, I've had them. They talked about the airport issue. You see.
No, focus on the ESN right now.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely go
Okay.
there. You see, when you look at when you say they were attacked, there's what we call causation and effect.
Now, what Bishop said.
Yes,
Action and reaction.
Action and reaction. From the picture that we've seen online, even in Vanguard, you saw a person known to a particular youth leader with passion. Did you see any ESM picture? Or let them produce any if they have. You see, we must see. That's why I'm a little bit I try to be very careful. We must try to look at it this without being biased. Did they have any video showing that the Edo State Security Network, they were on ground? Let them bring it side by side. Let them bring it side by side. You see the issue. You don't say because you want to spy the nose to get to the eye. For me, it's not disbanding the ESN. It happens. That is the APC way of doing things. When I was a council chairman, I brought in army because before I came as a council boss, there was ceaseless kidnapping, insistence kidnapping in Ovia Southwest. Even few posts to the council secretariat. I network. Even some of my friends, they mocked me there. They said, what are you doing visiting army, visiting the DSS? Because I knew at the early stage that you want peace, must prepare for war. So for me, I was able to attract an army post to Igobazwa. But at the point when the election was fast approaching, the present rep member wrote a certain petition that I was using an army, a federal-owned army, against that I will use against him. And that army post was removed. When I completed my tenure for 3 years, this issue of kidnapping popped up again. They were not picking people from my community. The governors were very precise. I made one of the very illustrious son of this thing, was being killed that time, at that particular one party. Killed that time. Before the present council chairman now went there again and now have a replacement of the army post. See, you don't throw away the bad water and the baby. Don't say because, see, every election is local. Every crime is local. You can't rule that those you are bringing from the neighboring district, they don't know the terrain. When the issue of banners snatching or somebody has come to commit a crime at a voting center, there's a route he will take that or not to the conventional policing.
So you're saying ESN should be involved?
Definitely. If they should be, see, to be very sincere, we don't need. I was in Germany some time ago when they were conducting the election. It was my younger brother told me so. He said, bro, today is the election. People are going with their normal. They are doing it because of this level of, permit me, our insanity. That has made us to have security men everywhere. Our insanity because we want to grab it. Because it's not serve a la carte. We must take it, we must snap it, we must run with it.
That's comments. That's comments. All right, fine. Thank you. Thank you, Bishop. You heard them. Yeah. He said they don't need ESN, but for what Destiny said, they said they are needed because of the terrain. Now, what do you feel about this? As I call it a wrap on this. You also advise the politicians, the political parties, the electorate, INEC, and security agents on how to really have a peaceful, violence-free election.
When people say federal might, just like my brother here, I also laugh because the reason is that this Governor Basek is seated. I'm not sure there is up to 10 persons who will say they supported him like me. Even when I saw at the 11th hour, I told people, I said, we will stick our neck. I took our neck to court when they said we cannot use our phone. I said our phone is our personal property. I set up pastors that we have our own INEC room I had meeting with them. I invited some of the governor's family. We were in that place and we designed a throw room. We bought phones. Everybody was all over the place. Then we begin to collate. We pushed INEC off, and all the governors were here, Ganduja and the rest of them, but we use our feet on ground to say this is the man we want to vote for. And we started snapping. Even before INEC collate their result, our own throne room, Minister for Good Governance Forum, we have already gotten our result. At a time, even civil defense there, they join us to be saying, Ogbane 1, 2, 3, 4, because the voice of the people was at the roof. So, and when somebody is talking about federal might, to come and do what? For federal might. When the people's might is there, federal might will bow. All of us knew that Buhari never wanted Obaseki to be governor, but we put our leg on ground. We fix our feet on ground. There are people I checked into a hotel that we sent buses everywhere a day before the election. And we said, this is the direction we are going. We saw something about this man. We want him to be there. And we share our phone. We collate. So I want to say this, that when we talk about federal might, and the way the politics of the state is going, where we call people's name, where we call people's career, where we insult people, I believe that politics is about marketing your candidate. If you are selling Toyota Camry, you cannot be marketing Mercedes-Benz. You cannot demarket Mercedes-Benz. You focus on your candidate. Talk about the capacity of your candidate, the competence of your candidate, the character of your candidate, the clarity of your candidate, the illumination you can bring on board, and things that can be done different. So the issue of we are campaigning, we are mentioning this person, we are mentioning somebody's error, and I told people, you don't judge people by English. English has never helped any nation. And of course, communication is done by local language. You communicate to people, you engage them. If I want to preach, there are places I go to preach, I speak pidgin. Because the people I want to talk to, they will not hear the vocab I want to say. And if I speak vocab and leave the place, I've just preached to my child, I've not preached to the people. So I want us to look at it, that the politics is not going to be talking about the error of an individual. We'll talk about what my candidate can do. I'm a pastor now, I can't go somewhere and be talking about praise the devil. I will say praise the Lord, because God is my boss. I'm going to talk about the capacity, Bishop, talk about his power.
Hold on.
Listen to me, what I'm saying.
No, Bishop, sir, no. We must get this. You see, I'm coming, sir. Let me quickly say this.
Hold on.
Leave me. What I'm saying is that, thank God that you are being in the system. And like I said just now, all the people that are ruling today, they are far junior to me as far as the politics of Edo State and politics of Nigeria is concerned.
So the ESN matter, what do you feel about
ESN matter? The ESN are not needed in the election. See, you don't need the ESN. Shebi, when we voted for Obaseki and we brought him on board, do we bring ESN? Do we bring any area boys? We have about 6 governors here with all their security, but we said this is the man we want, and we did everything. See, the people's might is more than the federal might.
Thank you.
Let me quickly say this. You know, Bishop is trying to misinform the people. When you are looking at the the tribal diversity and the language diversity of this state, you are telling me that English is not needed.
See,
that is an error. Sir. I'm coming, sir. So I'm coming, sir. If for instance, I'm running for an election, I'm using my language, my local language, my Benin language to communicate. Will I use same for the Edo Central? Will I use same for the Edo North?
But that's what he's saying.
No, that's not what he's saying. That grammar is not needed. I'm coming, sir.
You didn't listen.
There is a lingua franca. You see, English has come to stay.
All right.
You see, I'm highly to some extent disappointed with the way we present issues because of our political inclination.
No.
Hold on.
You see, the point is this.
You are beginning to get emotional.
No.
Calm down.
See, the issue is this.
It's like you are not listening to me.
I'm coming, sir.
Okay.
You see, the art of communication of a leader is like you must communicate.
Thank you. You said
you must communicate.
You made your point.
A situation not to communicate, it makes you do quote unquote. I don't want to use. You know what that means.
Thank you.
Thank you. For me to come to say that English is not needed.
Thank you.
Blah.
Thank you.
Will I go and use that? Let us legislate to have a common language. If it is a language, if it is a language, if it is a let us legislate.
Your time is
up. But till then, English or grammar is
Thank
needed.
you. Your time is up. Yes, Festus,
Now,
briefly.
the question I'm going to ask is this. When you talk about the English, how many of us, the second English language speaker, actually know how to speak it?
Good question.
That's
Which
the
second
same
English?
reason.
That's
Which second English?
We are
Gentlemen.
second language English speaker.
Gentlemen,
That's why you have to go
thank
for
you so
TOEFL,
much.
SAT.
Gentlemen, thank you.
When going for international
Festus,
exams.
okay, thank you. Bishop, you've made
Our
your point.
common English here, that's what we are talking.
Just maybe he didn't get your point, okay? He didn't say that English is not to say depends on where you are per time.
Where you are.
You can speak your language, you can speak pidgin.
No, it is you. No, it is you.
They are happy.
Gentlemen,
They are marketing it.
Gentlemen,
Which market?
you've
They are
heard
marketing
them.
it for us.
Their opinions, their views.
The man is defective in
We
other
want to
pidgin.
go on the break.
That kind of
When
person you
we
want to bring
return,
on
you're going
board?
to hear about what the local government really stands for. All right, their opinions, it has nothing to do with ITV. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.